Welcome, cat detectives. Today we're diving into the mysterious world of feline hide-and-seek. If you've ever found yourself playing a game of Where's Whiskers, you're not alone. Cats are masters of disappearing acts, but their reasons for vanishing aren't always as playful as we might think. From weather worries to health hiccups, we're about to uncover 15 reasons why your furry friend might be pulling a Houdini. So grab your magnifying glass and maybe a can of tuna for bait, and let's solve the case of the vanishing kitty. 1. Weather-related anxiety. Ever notice your cat pulling a disappearing act right before a storm rolls in? No, they haven't suddenly developed a fear of getting wet. Cats are like furry little barometers, often sensing changes in atmospheric pressure before we humans catch on. This heightened sensitivity can lead to anxiety, causing them to seek out safe, enclosed spaces. Your cat might be hiding under the bed not because they're scared of thunder, but because they felt the storm coming long before you heard the first rumble. So the next time your cat vanishes on a seemingly clear day, check the weather forecast. You might just have a feline meteorologist on your hands. 2. Toxin exposure. If your usually social cat suddenly becomes a recluse, it might be more than just a case of feline introversion. Cats have an instinct to isolate themselves when they're not feeling well, especially if they've ingested something they shouldn't have. This behavior stems from their wild ancestors' need to avoid appearing vulnerable to predators. If your cat has nibbled on a toxic plant or licked something nasty, they might hide to ride out the discomfort. Keep an eye out for other symptoms like vomiting or lethargy. If the hiding persists or is accompanied by concerning signs, it's time for a vet visit. Better safe than sorry when it comes to potential poisoning. 3. Illness concealment. Cats are the masters of the "I'm fine" facade, often hiding symptoms of illness until they can't anymore. This isn't because they're trying to rack up expensive vet bills. It's a deeply ingrained survival instinct. In the wild, showing weakness makes an animal vulnerable to predators. Your domesticated fluffball might not face such dangers, but that doesn't stop their instincts from kicking in. If they're feeling under the weather, they might seek out quiet, hidden spots to recover. If your cat's extended hide-and-seek game is accompanied by changes in eating, drinking, or litter box habits, it's time for a checkup. Remember, when it comes to cat health, better to be a worrywart than a wait-and-see. 4. Predator avoidance instinct. Your home might be predator-free, unless you count the vacuum cleaner. But that doesn't stop your cat from sometimes acting like they're in the wild. Sudden noises, unfamiliar people, or even rearranged furniture can trigger their inner scaredy cat. This instinct to hide from potential threats is deeply ingrained, harking back to their wild ancestors who had to be constantly vigilant. Your cat might dive under the couch not because they're playing, but because the new delivery person looks suspiciously like a saber-toothed tiger, in their eyes at least. So, the next time your brave hunter turns into a hide-and-seek champion when the doorbell rings, remember, they're not being cowardly, they're just channeling their inner wild cat. 5. Post-trauma recovery. Cats have long memories, especially when it comes to scary experiences. If your feline friend has recently had a fright, maybe a run-in with a neighborhood dog or a close call with a car, they might retreat to process the event. This hiding isn't just about feeling safe, it's also about emotional recovery. Cats need time and space to regain their confidence after a scare. Their hiding spot becomes a safe haven where they can calm down and reassess their environment. If your cat is hiding after a traumatic event, patience is key. Provide them with safe, quiet spaces and let them come out on their own terms. Remember, in the cat world, there's no shame in taking a mental health day or week. 6. Temperature regulation. When the mercury rises, your cat might pull a vanishing act worthy of a Las Vegas magician. No, they haven't mastered teleportation. They're just trying to beat the heat. Cats are masters at finding the coolest spots in the house. That might mean camping out in the bathtub, hiding in the shadows under the bed, or squeezing into impossibly small spaces that seem to defy the laws of physics. So, if your cat goes MIA during a heat wave, don't panic. They're probably just chilling out, literally, in their own personal kitty cool-down zone. Maybe they could teach us a thing or two about staying cool under pressure. 7. Overstimulation recovery. Believe it or not, even the most affectionate cats can get touched out. After a particularly rowdy play session or a house full of visitors, your cat might need some alone time to decompress. This isn't a sign that they've suddenly gone off you. Think of it as a kitty version of needing to recharge their social batteries. They might retreat to a quiet corner, closet, or under the bed to process all the excitement and return to their baseline. So, if your usually clingy cat pulls a disappearing act after a busy day, don't take it personally. They're not ghosting you. They're just practicing some feline self-care. We could all learn a thing or two about setting boundaries. 8. Conflict avoidance. Cats are sensitive souls, often picking up on tensions in the household that we might not even be aware of. If there's been an argument or even just some underlying stress, your cat might decide to make themselves scarce. This behavior isn't limited to human drama either. In multi-pet households, cats might hide to avoid confrontations with other animals. It's their way of saying, "I'm staying out of this one, guys." So, if your cat starts playing an extended game of hide-and-seek during tense times, take it as a sign. Maybe it's time to address those household stresses, for everyone's sake, including your feline stress barometer. 9. Attention-seeking behavior. Sometimes, a hiding cat is just a cat who wants to play. Some clever felines learn that disappearing acts are a surefire way to get their humans' attention. After all, nothing makes us drop everything quite like a missing cat, right? These crafty kitties might peek out from their hiding spot, meow to get your attention, or dash from one hiding place to another, all in an effort to engage you in their game. It's like they're saying, "Come on, human, let's play." So, if your cat's hiding seems more playful than concerning, congratulations! You've got yourself a feline game master. Maybe it's time to up your hide-and-seek skills. 10. Sensory overload retreat. In our busy, noisy world, sometimes even cats need a moment of zen. If your home suddenly becomes a hub of activity, maybe you're renovating, hosting a party, or just have the TV on too loud, your cat might seek out a quiet spot to escape the sensory overload. This retreat isn't a sign that your cat is antisocial. It's more like they're taking a kitty time out to process all the stimuli. Their hiding spot becomes a sensory deprivation chamber where they can reset their feline circuits. So, if your cat pulls a vanishing act during busy times, don't worry. They're not shunning the festivities. They're just taking a much-needed break from the chaos. Maybe we could all use a cat nap in a quiet spot sometimes. 11. New environment anxiety. Moving to a new home or even just rearranging furniture can turn your cool cat into a hide-and-seek champion. This isn't because they're trying to avoid helping with the unpacking, though that's a convenient side effect. Cats are creatures of habit, and any change in their environment can be stressful. Hiding is their way of slowly acclimating to new surroundings. It allows them to observe from a safe vantage point and gradually get used to the new sights, sounds, and smells. If your cat goes undercover after a move, patience is key. Provide them with safe hiding spots and let them explore at their own pace. Soon enough, they'll be strutting around their new domain like they own the place, because let's face it, they do. 12. Post-veterinary stress. After a trip to the vet, your cat might decide to go off the grid for a while. No, they're not avoiding you because you betrayed them, even if they give you the "how could you" look. This hiding is part of their recovery process. Vet visits can be stressful for cats, and they might need some time to decompress afterwards. Plus, if they've had any procedures done, they might seek out a quiet, safe space to heal. So, if your cat pulls a disappearing act post-vet visit, don't take it personally. They're not holding a grudge, they're just taking some much-needed me time. Before you know it, they'll be back to demanding treats and cuddles. 13. Loud noise retreat. Cats have sensitive hearing, which means that what's just noisy to us can be downright overwhelming to them. Construction work, thunderstorms, or even your amateur karaoke sessions might send your cat scurrying for cover. This retreat isn't a criticism of your singing. Well, mostly not. It's your cat's way of protecting themselves from what they perceive as potential danger or discomfort. Their hiding spot becomes a soundproof bunker, where they can wait out the acoustic assault. If your cat frequently hides during noisy times, consider creating a permanent quiet zone for them. A cozy corner with some sound-dampening features could be just what your noise-sensitive kitty needs to feel secure. 14. Abuse or neglect history. For cats with a history of abuse or neglect, hiding can become a deeply ingrained behavior. Even in a loving home, past traumas can resurface, causing them to seek out safe, enclosed spaces. This isn't a reflection on your care, it's a coping mechanism they developed to survive difficult circumstances. Triggers that we might not even notice could remind them of past experiences, prompting them to retreat. Patience and consistency are key in helping these cats feel secure. Provide them with safe hiding spots, but also work on building trust through positive interactions. With time and love, many of these cats can learn to feel safe and come out of their shells. 15. Cognitive dysfunction. As cats age, they can experience cognitive changes similar to dementia in humans. This can lead to confusion, disorientation, and yes, hiding behaviors. Your senior kitty might retreat to small, enclosed spaces as a way of feeling secure in a world that suddenly seems unfamiliar. This isn't just your cat being old and cranky. Cognitive dysfunction is a real condition that can be distressing for cats. They might hide more frequently, seem lost in familiar environments, or vocalize more, especially at night. If you notice these changes in your senior cat, a vet visit is in order. While cognitive dysfunction can't be cured, there are ways to manage it and keep your aging feline friend comfortable and secure. Next up, Discover ways cats improve our health and well-being, or learn how cats choose their favorite person. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.